大街小巷喧灯彩，炮竹响连天。七个隆咚锵咚锵，炮竹响连天。小妹过年真高兴，穿上新鞋穿新衣，从头到脚打扮好，上街去拜年。七个隆咚锵咚锵，上街去拜年。七个隆咚锵咚锵，上街去拜年。Hello everyone, 大家好. My name is Nanyen Lau. I was born and raised here in Edmonton, but my family is Chinese, so I grew up learning the Chinese language, its culture, music, traditions, and of course the holidays. That was a song I learned when I was little, and it's about all the things that we do to celebrate Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year, 新年, also called Lunar New Year, is celebrated by people all over the world on the first day of the first month of the lunar calendar. We can call that 正月初一 in Chinese. It goes on for 15 days, and this year, 2021, the Chinese New Year falls on February 12th. During Chinese New Year, we celebrate by wearing red, flowered, or colorful clothing, like I'm wearing here. We decorate the house with red banners like these that have messages of good luck written on them. And we go out to watch lion dances on the street, accompanied by gongs and drums and even firecrackers. Why do we do all this? Well, that's what we're going to find out in today's story, the story of Nian. Our story takes place long, long ago in ancient China. Deep down below the sea, there lived a ferocious monster named Nian, Nian Shou. Every year, on the eve of the Lunar New Year, Nian, feeling very hungry because it was hard to find food during the winter, would come out of his hiding place during the night, make his way into the village, and eat his way through all the crops, the animals, and even the villagers. His favorite food? Children. The villagers were terrified. No one knew what to do about the monster. So every time the new year approached, there was only one thing they could do. The villagers would pack up everything they had and leave the village, escaping the mountains before Nian's arrival. On one New Year's Eve, an old man arrived in the village. He looked very poor. He had long, silvery hair, he was dressed in rags, and he was carrying a walking stick. The villagers were all panicking, trying to pack up all their things, getting ready to leave the village, so no one really paid any attention to this newcomer, except for a kind old woman who gave him some food, but warned him to stay away. The monster Nian will come and eat everything in its path. You should find somewhere to hide. But the old man stayed calm. Don't worry about me. Please, let me stay one night in your house. I have a way to get rid of the monster for you. The old lady tried and begged, worried about the man's safety, but she couldn't convince him. So she left with the other villagers, leaving the man alone in her house. Night fell. Nian appeared, ferocious and hungry, ready to devour more villagers. The entire village was dark, except for a light coming from the window of the old woman's house. So Nian made its way there, but when it arrived, it saw that all the doors and windows had been pasted with bright red paper, and the house was filled with lit candles. It was so shocked that it just stood still. And in that moment, the night exploded with loud cracking noises, and Nian was blinded by the flashes of the firecrackers. The old man burst out of the house, dressed in red, from head to toe, roaring with laughter and banging on pots and pans to make even more noise. What a racket! Terrified, Nian fled through the dark night, all the way back to its hiding place in the sea. The next day, the villagers returned home, and to their surprise, all the houses were still standing. None of the crops had been destroyed, and the old man was still alive and uninjured. The old woman realized that the old man had kept his promise about getting rid of the monster, and they begged him, "Please, share your secrets with us, so we will know how to get rid of Nian too." He brought them to the old lady's house, which they found covered in red paper. There were candles and burnt bamboo everywhere. The old man revealed to them, the monster Nian is afraid of 3 things: the color red, bright lights, and loud noises. From then on the eve of every Lunar New Year, the villagers would hang up bright red papers over their doors and windows. Dressed in red, they would light dry bamboo on fire to make bright and loud explosions, parade joyfully through the streets, beating drums, bowls, and plates. Nian never returned to the village again. Sometimes we call celebrating Chinese New Year 过年 in Chinese. 过 means passing or overcoming, and Nian, of course, comes from the name of the monster. So 过年 means overcoming Nian. To this day, people will still hang up these, called 春联, with good luck messages on them, over their doors, and they'll celebrate in the streets with firecrackers, 炮竹, and gongs and drums, to scare away evil spirits, so that we can start off the new year with good luck and fortune. So now you know why we celebrate Chinese New Year with the color red and lots of loud noises. Now, before we go, let me teach you how to greet someone and wish them a Happy New Year. You can put your hands together like this and say 恭喜恭喜, which means congratulations, and 新年快乐, which means Happy New Year. Let's do it together. 恭喜恭喜, 新年快乐. Thank you.